I just recently leveled a couple of Rosa 2s through the campaign into Netherrealm, and it takes me about like most recent run that I also uploaded onto my channel on YouTube. You can see it on the top right now, was 1 hour 40 minutes. In this video, I kind of want to like show you the snapshot when the character reaches the Netherrealm, the maps, right? Like the end game's beginning, let's say. So I'll obviously be sharing my new snapshots as I like go through the journey in Lunaria as well. And if you're following my creator code over there, you'll be able to like see it every time I update something or I post something in the game as well. Let's go through the skills really quick. I'm using Frostbite, starting from the horns, going anti-clockwise. You can see my progression with the supports as well. So I take precision strike first, into steamroll, into multiple projectiles, which is coming like right towards the ending of the campaign, basically. For the healing, the life source is obviously better than the compound source. Compound source is giving you some mana as well. We don't really care about mana so much as Rosa 2. So spiral strike, I'm supporting with quick mobility, pretty much through the entire journey, to be fair, like until the very late game. Bull's Rage, I have an extended duration. You can also swap this to Preparation if you would like to make a little bit more automated gameplay. The same thing can be said for supporting the Biting Cold with automation, but I don't necessarily have the energy at this point. But very soon, if I continue playing through the Netherrealm, I'm going to have it, and then I can do it. I don't necessarily do automation at this point of the game personally, simply because like I don't necessarily mind pressing these two buttons whenever I engage a boss or a rare creature. That's okay for me. Otherwise, like I don't even bother anyways. For the auras, the first thing that you're going to be getting is Ice Focus, and it's completely fine to run it, but at level 50 you're going to be able to get precise projectiles, and that is when you want to like slot in the precise projectiles. And when you can have the second support, you can just go back to the Ice Focus as well. And throughout the campaign, those are the two that I'm running, especially after level 15. Now, when it comes to the passives, it's a little bit more complicated simply because there's a swap that I do. And I'll try to like explain to you why I do this and when I do it. So, the thing is kind of connected. The thing that I'm going to explain is connected to the agility blessing right over here, okay? I would say the hasten is a little bit better from when it comes to like the selection of like 12 passive spent on the Goddess of Hunting. But because of picking up hasten, we are not capable of running agility blessing until we have this node right over here from the Blade Runner. And Blade Runner is going to be our second selection when it comes to the talents. So, because of this reason, what I do is so what I do is something like this. Until my Blade Runner is giving me the agility blessings, I don't have it in my leveling journey. So instead, I run something like this that you're seeing at the moment, and I try to rush over here. The second that I manage to get this, I go back to Goddess of Hunting, and I do exactly, I undo what I just did, let's say. So I take away these like dexterity nodes, and I'm going to be basically buffing up my agility blessing +1 from this node, and the other 2 points that is just excess, I'm going to be giving it to that damage node. And don't forget to pick up the rushed one more time. Apart from that, there's no changes. There's honestly nothing at all. My Blade Runner is looking like this, and for global talent on that, I'm using Joint Force, and followed by Prophet. Within the Prophet, getting Frostbite stacks is very important as soon as possible, because now you have a new multiplier, of course, immediately. The same thing can be said for over here. Unfortunately, during the campaign, this legendary medium talent, not only that, but also this one, because of the legendary item that we're running, are not going to be working. This one doesn't really work because we cannot freeze our enemy yet. I don't think we can get to 100 Frostbite rating. Usually with this setup, you're about like 81 Frostbite rating on the enemy at the end. But like when you jump into the maps, the first thing that you should probably try to fix is like finding that last 19 Frostbite rating that you're missing, so that like you start freezing your enemy, and that's not only going to be giving you a lot of survival, but also quite a bit of DPS increase, of course. So my profit is looking like this, and from the profit I'm taking the extreme coldness. It obviously gives you so many more frostbite rating, which, you know, translates to more multipliers for cold damage taken on the enemy. The last thing that I'm going to be taking, and I take usually, is Ronin. You could go for something else over here, such as like Lich, or quite a few options actually. There's like Marksman or something as well. But I'm just going to be taking Ronin, and this is like just finalizing. It's definitely possible to like have a couple more points or a couple less points at this point in the game, depending on your speed and the luck when it comes to itemization. So when it comes to passives, I'm going to stop right here. If you're wondering like how to continue further than this and scale to like TM7, TM8, those videos are going to be coming either right before the Lunaria launch, or it's going to be during the Lunaria after I actually like experience and scale myself one more time. So if you would like to see that, you're gonna need to like either during the Lunaria, you're gonna need to either like check out the pro build section and find my snapshots, or you basically check out my channel for those. Let's go through the itemization a little bit as well. Let me just recycle these, get rid of them. So this one is not necessary. I just got lucky and like found this. This is like whatever, to be honest with you. It doesn't really give you much. Just running like a normal chest over there. But apart from that, the rest of the legendaries that you see are pretty important to get. And they are dropping from treasure shows. Every act, right, every chapter has 2 treasure shows. So we have 3 chapters, so there are 6 treasure shows, and most of these treasure shows are offering you something that you must farm. So for instance, the first one is like this, and as you can see, the exclusive drop, the common drop, will always drop. So this is like the first treasure show. You're gonna get this helm and you're gonna call it a day. And every treasure show you want to be basically running at the very least one time, because it's going to be giving you the first clear bonus, which is a passive, of course, very important. The second treasure show is going to be offering you a chance to get these boots, and you must get them. Remember how I said on the passives of the Prophet, I think that the focus blessing is kind of irrelevant for us? It's because of these boots. You know, you can reach to these boots a lot faster than you can reach to the end of the Prophet tree, which ends up giving you the focus blessing. Not only that, but also some intelligence, some cold resistance, and some movement speed. So it's incredibly good. And it's going to be holding up until like TM4 or something, when you decide to craft yourself something better than this. Certainly. So we're gonna try and like farm this one through that one, through the treasure show, that treasure show. In the chapter 2, we have this treasure show, Sanctuary of Solitude. Maybe I should read the names of them. And we're gonna try to farm 2 of these rings, the Silver Frost. It's giving you really good stuff one more time. So double the cold damage, and we have pure cold damage. We're scaling from intelligence. Is extremely good. The other treasure show is called Dawn Avenue, and it's going to be giving you again 2 items. This time we're going to be upgrading our helmet. Helmet is incredible, you guys. It's giving us a crazy mitigation from the armor. Not only that, but also some additional elemental damage. And on top of all of that, we're going to be going for the necklace. This necklace is absolutely insane. Since we're scaling with shadows, now we're going to be having, every 3rd attack, it will have extra shadows, and it will, not only that, but it's globally multiplying our shadow damage as well with every attack. On top of that, we gain some health, some dexterity. For the last 2 treasure shows, this is one of them. We just run it one time for the passive. We don't really care about these. This necklace right over here is pretty good. It's a very good item, especially if you can get like a 24%. It's incredible. However, I think the shadow necklace is a little bit better still. And this is literally the last treasure show of the game, Hall of Grandiosity. And you're gonna need to get 2 of these Oath Keepers, of course. They're very good items to like not only kill the last boss, but also jump into the maps. It might look like, okay, so I'm just gonna need to run this twice. No, not necessarily. You might actually get unlucky and have to run it like 10 times or something. Because they are capable of rolling any elements. So in this case, as you can see, cold is what we need. Adds 26 to 34 cold damage to the gear. But it could have added fire or lightning as well. So every time you're going to be running this, you're going to be having a different drop. You want to be getting 2 cold ones, basically, which is going to be obviously the biggest upgrades for you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much like all I'm going to be showing. Remember that, like, slotting in your memories and picking up your passives are very important. Picking up isn't like, you know, equipping them, selecting them. Before selecting them, it's not necessarily active. So I think you need to do this one even for the baptism. Apart from that, for the battle pact spirits, the ones that I'm running is Gunslinger into the Umbrella. Afterwards, I don't necessarily have, unfortunately, something good. But what you need to be running technically is probably the Centaur. I don't really have it, unfortunately. It's this Valkyrie's Night Patrol, simply because it's giving attack damage, attack speed, attack crits, and again the him is probably like a 10% multiplier. I'm not really sure. I don't have this. What I do run instead is just one of these epics. I think I'm probably going to be running a Traveling Lizard, which is like attack damage, attack crit, attack speed, and a little bit more additional damage, as you can imagine. But this character is certainly, especially like in the early game, playable even without the legendary pact spirits. Like if you don't have them, I would say until like TM8 or something, you could certainly be just fine even without the, you know, legendary pact spirits. I think that's pretty much it that I want to show. There is not necessarily anything else that I'll be showing in this video. Hopefully it was kind of useful. And if you have like any suggestions when it comes to like what I could have done a little bit better or differently, or what I could consider going from here forward, I would definitely love to hear that in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna catch you next time.